So I want to give a quick demonstration on what I've been doing lately with grain delay in Ableton. It's quite a simple trick. I'm going to just demonstrate how I like to use it in a process to make my own sounds, and then sort of just resample and record everything, play around with the different parameters in grain delay, and then use that recorded resampled audio and pull what I like out of it, create a little sample folder, and then always have those samples at my disposal, and see what I can use out of that recording straight into a project. Whether I use it straight away in the project I'm currently in, or coming back during another production phase. If I'm struggling for a sound, I can just go through my sample bucket and sort of pull something out of there that I already like. So getting into it, I've just set up a loop. I didn't want to go typical 4/4 fucking hard techno or anything like that. So we'll just listen to it dry. Now, grain delay has several presets in here. I personally love kick toner. It's pretty fucking crazy. What I'll do is, you can do it on separate audio channels, but in this demonstration, I throw it on the group so I can affect the entire loop, and then I'll basically just fuck around with it, and nothing too premeditated, right? I want to leave some things to chance, some things to happy accident, right? So I can hopefully fluke something, right? And that's my approach when I'm using grain delay in this particular setting. So I'll throw it on top. Obviously, muck around with the frequency first so we can really pitch it down low and muffle it. And just cycling through everything that's available. So spray, frequency, pitch, random pitch, feedback, and then we've got the dry wet to control the amount of the effect we want to hear. So what I'll do is, as I said, I've got that on the group, so I'll leave that there. I'll basically create a new audio channel, resample it, and hit record. And then I'm not really looking for anything. Obviously, when I drag it around, I'll hear something that I like, and I might hang it around there. But I do just want to see what's possible. Now, we'll have this whole recording here, so I'll keep it like that and just drag it out so I've got the entire loop. But then what I'll do is, I'll leave that there, and you don't need to pause it to do this. I just like to do it separate. I'll then go ahead and do the same thing, except I'll add some LFOs over here next to the grain delay. And I'll just map different parameters so it saves me doing all the work, really. And again, nothing too premeditated. I'm really just cycling through, having a bit of fun, not stressing about, I need to fucking finish a song today, I've got to create this masterpiece. I like to do these exercises separate outside of a production file, just so it takes all the boundaries and pressures of, I've got to make something that's got to fit with this idea. It just creates basically a bank of sounds that I personally like. I can always go back and use them. And if there's something I like straight away, I'll just take that snippet straight out of it and save it right off the bat. So we're going to press play again. We'll hit record. Fuck that off. So on the group, They can even start with the dry wet, start with the pitch. You can choose what you want to map, so you can fuck that off, duplicate it again, and then map something else. So if you want to leave the dry wet as it is, but do the feedback, take that over there, hit record again. And if something's not working in the LFO, you can just take it off and remove the grain delay pitch around. Then basically I'd pull what I like out of those recordings. Now, you don't just need to use grain delay. If you get into a good pocket and you're liking sort of where it's heading, you can add delays, saturation, amps, stuff like that, and keep going and keep resampling live. It's personal choice. And, you know, every time we do this, or I do this, it doesn't always work. It's not just, you know, a secret key where I just, okay, I'm struggling, I'm stuck, fucking let's do this, and the ball just keeps rolling. It's simply just an exercise where you can create your own sounds uniquely from it. You can get some unusual stuff which can contribute to you being a bit more unique rather than just reaching for something. You know, if you want a hi-hat rather than just getting a hi-hat, you might be able to pull a hi-hat or a percussive sounding sound out of what you just recorded, you know, and that's how you can sort of build your own little bunch of sounds. And as well, you know, I love distortion. I'm just hearing rumbles everywhere. What I'll also do if I start hearing percussive sounds or something like that, while I'm just resampling, I'll get in there and, you know, throw EQ in there, roll off the highs, roll off the lows, see where that takes me, see what I can pull out of that sort of range of sound, and go the other way, use a band pass, the whole lot. So it's basically using grain delay, resampling it live so we can record those live changes as we swirl it around, just to see what's possible wherever we take the cursor, right? And then if we're liking something, then from that point, adding extra flavors that you're into, whether it's reverb, delay, fucking amp or whatever, and anything third party as well. But because we keep recording all that, I mean, these recordings, we've got them now. And I know everything's a bit hot. Everyone just calm down. I'm just recording. I know everything's red and hot and loud, but, you know, do it properly when you do it. But nonetheless, you can have all these loops now. And in previous demonstrations, I always like to get a short loop of any sample bass record or recording just to see what I like over the top. So let's turn all that processing off the groove. And let's even shrink this down, get the kick separate. We'll just group this so we can hear it. It's going to be loud. Turn the kick back up. Sorry, I'm at 136. Everyone's probably freaking out. It's not 158. But this is where I'll go into a folder, set one up, create one, even if I just call it grain delay, and all these little snippets, I'd be extracting them out of there, consolidating them, and just saving them. I don't think it's going to be perfect or in beat, but and if there's stuff you like out of that, once you consolidate it to a short loop, or you chop it up and re-loop it or something, you know, you can get kick layers out of there. You can get weird intro effects. But as I was saying, if you start liking this stuff and you want to use it, just want to hear what else I can get out of it. So yeah, it's not always perfect. There's a bit of mucking around in it. But that's one way I like to create sounds. Because then you can just take it anywhere after that, really. You can get subs, you can get some mid-range textures all the way up to high-end percussive stuff. But the thing is as well, because we've thrown everything in the folder, I would throw all the raw recordings in there, so you've always got those long formats, and then out of that, consolidate and take your little short snippets of what you like. So then you've got sort of one hits, even rumbles or kicks or anything like that, just at your disposal, ready to go. You know, and we haven't processed anything past that point. But obviously, if you like any of that, you go further, delay, saturate, erosion, whatever you like, really. So yeah, short and sweet, but I find it effective personally, even more so for my style. So fucking do it. Check it out. Let me know if you like it, and hopefully it's one way that you can help you sort of take limitation off, have a bit of fun. There's no real stress attached. You don't need to create anything in terms of finishing a song or a project, but you might stumble across some really wild and unique stuff without having too much to think about and curate and synthesize, you know. And if you're doing that a couple times a week, you'd be very surprised what you do create and what sounds you can end up just having in a folder ready to go. And mind you, when they're in that folder, you can still then drag them in a real production live session and then manipulate it further as if you got that sample out of a sample pack and, you know, EQ'd it more and processed it to your liking creatively as well with delays, reverbs and all that. So yeah, short and sweet. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back soon. Thank you.